very good evening and a warm welcome from IELTSMaterial.com. Today, we are going to solve true, false, and not given questions in academic reading test. This is Sakshi Thakur, your IELTS expert. And today, we are back with yet another session of the Question of the Day series, in which we take one question type from each module and solve them together with the correct tips, tricks, and strategies. So today is day 11. So let me know who all have joined us today. Please comment in the chat section below. And also let me know, how was your day? How's your preparation going? Yes, a very good evening. Hello. So for those who have joined us for the first time today, let me tell you that we are coming up with live sessions every day at 6 p.m. So make sure that you subscribe to our channel so that you get new content and live interaction every evening. Hello, Chirag. All right, Chirag. Okay, so you're a general test student. Okay, Chirag, so today we are going to share some techniques to solve true, false, not given. And it is very useful whether it's your academic or general test. So make sure that you stay tuned throughout the session. All right, that's great to know, Chirag. Who all have joined us? So have you followed our previous sessions? Hi, Harpreet. I'm doing good, thank you. How's your preparation going? All right, that's great to know. That's the spirit, Chirag. Hi, Anil. How are you? Okay, Anil. Well, great to see you that you have kick-started your preparation. So if you are watching it for the first time, don't worry. We have all our previous sessions. So make sure that you check them out. Great, Chirag. That's great. So you have been very consistent. All right. So you know what? Let's bring our notepads and pen and let's get ready to understand and learn new things today. So as we discussed, we are going to solve true, false, and not given questions. Of course, we are going to first understand what is true, false, and not given individually. Often students get confused between false and not given. How many of you do get confused? Hi, Gulshan. Hi, Somraj. Hi, Aru. All right. So yes, Harpreet, I think you need some expert guidance on how to solve these questions. So make sure that you follow us throughout the session, and I'm sure you will improve your band score in your next test. All right. So let's understand one by one. So first, we are going to understand something about paraphrasing that we have already discussed in our previous sessions. So in your reading passage that's given on the right side, we have to locate our key words that are going to reflect in your statement. So let's see what's the meaning of these two statements. Are they matching or not? So please give it a read. Hi, Muqtadir. A very good evening. So let's understand if the meaning is the same in both the statements. As we understood in the last class, that paraphrasing is very important in almost all the modules. So let's see what are the similar words. So on the left side, we see vocabulary range, right? So is there any word which is similar to this? Yes, on the right side, it's lexical resources. They both mean the same. Any other synonym? Yes, correct. So student and candidate, they both are the same. So remember that when you are figuring out whether it's true, it's not that the words will always be same or verbatim. The meaning should be the same. So always watch out for synonyms. So is it true, false, or not given? Yes, clearly. It is true, as both of them use synonyms and have similar meaning. Now let's try the next one. So our reading passage is most overseas students sit the IELTS test in their country of origin. And then you can read a statement. Let us know whether they are the same or not. Is it true, false, or not given? All right. So foreign students and overseas students, right? They are the same. Also, do the IELTS test and sit the IELTS test. They are the same. Home countries and country of origin, they are the same. So is it true? If you have said true, then I'm afraid that's wrong because we have missed out one important word, very small word, many and most. Now let's understand that, these words can alter the meaning. How? So in false, it's not necessary that, you have some opposite statements. It's not like, football is played all over India. Football is not played all over India. No, it doesn't work like that. But there's always some contradictory information. And that is how you will know that it is false. Now let's read the next statement. So this is our passage. Reading is the second most difficult module and very difficult for IELTS candidates. So let's figure out, is it true, false, or not given? You have been giving great responses. All right, so let's see. So here they say very difficult and second most difficult. Is this paraphrasing or is it completely different information? So we can clearly see that there's no such information as second most or first most. They are not the same. So clearly we can see that it is not matching. So very difficult, second most difficult. They both are different, even though IELTS candidates or IELTS students are synonyms. So let me know if you have understood the basic difference between true, false, and not given. All right, that's great to know. Other than this, we also need to be very well acquainted with the qualifying words. One word can totally alter the meaning of the entire sentence. Number one, Julio often goes to the gym after work. And Julio occasionally goes to the gym after work. Are they both the same? Isn't often and occasionally different? Yes. So often means, let's say, 70 to 80% of frequency, and occasionally is like 50-50. So they both are different. So don't get confused when you get such similar questions. So I hope this is clear. Now let's have a look at another set of qualifying words. So there are certain words which express possibility. So let's see here. He claimed that profits had gone up by 10%. He knew that profits had gone up by 10%. So are claimed and knew the same? So claimed relates to the assumption, right? And knew derives from the word knowledge, which you already know. So make sure that you don't confuse with these qualifying words, as they can totally change the meaning. So I hope these qualifying words are clear to you. Let me know. Yes, right, Ramandeep, right. All right, so let's keep in mind the following things to solve the question. We are going to skim the passage, a quick reading to get the general idea. Then we are going to scan the keywords of the questions in the passage. Of course, sometimes you will have to read around the keywords to get the answer. And of course, today we learned how paraphrasing and the importance of qualifying words is important to determine whether it's true, false, or not given. If you feel that, you're unable to determine a given information, so it's probably not given. If even after that you are unable to unlock the step, move on. Time management is the key in your reading test. You can always come back to the question later if you get confused. So I'm sure we are all ready to solve the passage. So please have a quick look at the questions given here. So we are going to read a couple of passages and then solve these questions. So first, let me tell you the topic. It's Franklin's Lost Expedition. Now, the reading passage A. So here, I'm just going to skim through the passage real quick. We don't have to understand each and every word and remember every meaning of the sentence. Just quick reading and understanding the main idea. So what could have resulted in the deaths of 129 men and officers aboard the ship in Franklin's Lost Expedition? That's what the topic is about. So if you read this passage, you can clearly see that, they are talking about Franklin, who is lost in the expedition, and there are certain search efforts to find him. So if you just skim through it, you'll get the general idea. So similarly, you can also read the next passage. So I'll give you some time to go through the passage, and then we'll move on to the next passage. And make sure that you keep noting down some of the keywords, usually the names, the years, name of the places, or things that you feel is important to locate the keywords. As I said, time management is the key. So we should develop fast reading habit so that we can go through the questions easily. All right, let's read the next passage. As I said, you just need to skim through it to get a main idea. So once we see the questions, we are coming back to the passage. So yes, Chirag, we will solve by paying attention to individual passages. For now, we are just skimming through it to get a main idea. So you can see they are mainly talking about lead poisoning. I hope you have been making your notes. All right, so let's see the questions and then we will solve it with the help of the passage. So let's see the first question. Franklin's lost expedition was a search party attempting to find Lady Jane Franklin. So let's see the first passage. Let's try to locate Lady Jane Franklin. So here we can see that they have mentioned about John Franklin, right? And his crew set sail from England. And Lady Jane Franklin was the wife of Franklin, who tried to persuade the government to begin investigating. So what's the answer? True, false, or not given? Yes, that's right. So since the crew members and John Franklin are missing, so it's going to be false. Great attempt. Now let's see the next question. The leaders of the search parties commissioned by Lady Franklin returned to England after some time. So let's see the passage again. So we have to see whether they're talking about certain leaders of search parties, whether they return to England. Let's read the next passage. Of course, the answers are in the order, so you will always find it in the upcoming passages. All right. So we can see here, they are talking about Franklin beginning her research, and they were led by these two people, right? So led, that means these are the two leaders. Collinson found his way back to England, and McClure also returned back in 1854. So we have found the keywords. So is it true, false, or not given? Right, that's true. Great attempt. Now let's solve the next one. John Ray suspected that Franklin's lost expedition likely suffered from a food shortage aboard the ship. So let's see what they have talked about ship and food shortage. All right, I'm getting answers from you. So let's find John Ray. So is there any mention about food shortage? No, right? Yes, Muqtadir, that's correct. Not given. Clearly, there's no information on food shortage, even if you read the entire passage, even no synonyms as such. All right, great. Now let's solve the last question. It was common for people living in Britain during the 19th century to be exposed to lead. So people living in Britain exposed to lead. So let's see our passage. So clearly this passage talked about lead poisoning. Let's find if there's any mention of British people. All right, here we are. British population. High exposure on ships of that time and overall British population. So we have found the keywords. Now let me know, is it true, false, or not given? Let's see the question. Yes, true. Yes, right, Asmat. Perfect. All right, so we have solved these passages and found the correct answers of all the 4 questions. So check out if all your answers are correct or not. I have received great responses. You have been so consistent. Great. So make sure that you do more practice. And to make it perfect, you can always practice more from the ebooks. So our ebooks contain recent actual IELTS tests, which are likely to appear in the exams. And they always contain the great tricks, tips, and the strategies. So head over to our IELTS store and make sure that you check out our ebooks. There's this discount of 20% off, and you can always use the code IELTSU20. And this is for limited period. So make sure that you see these books and practice from them. The link for the same is given in the description box below. Also, you can find the link for the PDF that describes today's question and answers. So later, if you want to practice again, you can again practice it. So check the link in the description box. If you want to check our previous sessions, so make sure that you click the link above and learn from the previous sessions, which will always be insightful for your preparation. And make sure that you like, share, and subscribe this channel if you found these videos interesting, and do share it with your teammates or friends who are preparing for IELTS. So make sure that you stay tuned, and we will meet tomorrow at the same time at 6 p.m. for yet another insightful session. So let us know what your reading techniques are. How do you improve your reading skills? Let us know in the comment section below, and we'll get back to you.